Oh, we can edit it out. That's cool.
Surfline will be like, oh, I don't think we can run that, huh? In the shaping room with Jarrah Tutton, and we got both his boards in here, and these are the titanium series. See them in the last little webisode that we did over at Snapper, and this is a really unique concept board. It's a high-grade composite but completely custom surfboard. So ultralight, taps into the flex characteristics of boards, and just something that's really it's like having an ultralight poly board, but it lasts you like 5 times longer, and you've had this a year.
A Proctor, and yeah, like as you can see, it looks brand new still almost, except for like a little bit of a depression where my front foot goes. But yeah, I stepped it. Just the usual spots, you know, Snapper, Akira, D-bar, all the good spots. But yeah, I rode it as my everyday board. It was like my favourite board in my quiver, and you can it just shows again. You know, normally as a professional surfer, you go through a board. You know, if your favourite board will just break or deteriorate so fast that
a couple weeks, like 3 weeks,
kind of thing. You're doing an air, your knee lands on it or something, and it's kind of blown out, or you break it. And as you can see on this one, probably showing a couple of clips of me going over the falls at Snapper and a couple of good days there, and everyone was breaking boards all day, and I probably come up about 6 times from eating it and just going, all right, it's got to be broken, it has to be broke, and yeah, never did. Still in one piece, still goes insane, and yeah, it's perfect condition still, pretty much.
Here's kind of the breakdown on this board. It's got a perimeter stringers to give it that real nice springy flex characteristic. The core is a really unique epoxy core that is a real lightweight. It's a little lighter than an ultralight polyester blade. So it's not so light and buoyant that it's like a feather that blows away when there's any offshore wind or gets all tic-tacky and
it's not like corky or you get other epoxies or you feel every little bump, you know.
Yeah.
These ones still feel like your normal poly board, but you know, you got it's going to last you for forever.
And the part of that too is the core is a little different. It's a little more buoyant than poly, but not overly buoyant. And then the other thing too is the resin I use, it's actually molecularly engineered. So on the molecular level, they tweak with the molecules to get the epoxy, so it has more flex characteristic. It has the strength of an epoxy, like it has the strength of a molded board, but the flex characteristic of an ultralight poly. And so that's a really unique thing. And then the rails, for rail strength, we cover the rails in carbon, lightweight unidirectional carbon, and that also increases the brake strength, and just also, you know, when you're bumping rails, or if it's a crowded day, you don't have to worry about your rail opening up.
You can take someone's rail out.
And then this like kind of olive drab, you know, yellowish stuff here, that's not an airbrush. This is actually a layer of Kevlar, 2-ounce Kevlar, which is as strong as
bulletproof vest,
basically. Yeah. What's cool about the Kevlar also is that Kevlar is like leather. So when you punch leather, it takes, you know, it doesn't shatter like glass, like fiberglass.
You don't get your little onion rings like where you get on like your normal board, you know, you got your ding and you know, your nice circles. It's like they look sick, you know, like they're
they're cool. They look all like
cool. You're walking down the beach and so that people are tripping out like, oh, what's that thing? You know, you're like, yeah, it's the.
And it's not so rigid that you're getting that you can't get a little footwells in there, because the sweet spots are nice to get a little footwell.
You want that little bit in the front foot.
Yeah, it just doesn't turn the cancer. You get your footwell, but then it's like it stays rather than, you know, starting to delam and cancel the board out.
Another amazing factor or thing about this board is that the core of it, the blank, it's like totally green, so it's recyclable. And they last so long, so the turnaround's a bit better. So you know, you're not polluting the earth. You know, it's not going to sit in landfill. It's going to be recyclable, and you're helping Mother Nature. You're saving your own money in the long run, because you're not breaking tons of boards that are just going to sit there and, you know, be thrown in the trash. Totally recyclable. Go green. Go Proctor.